North Node in Virgo. Okay, so if you're North Node in Virgo, you have a South Node in Pisces. And so North Node in Virgo people, you are here to learn to really focus on reality. And when we look at the South Node in Pisces individual, right, you would have in the past been someone focused on maybe your imagination, or maybe had to focus on beliefs or things that were not tangible, the things you couldn't touch. You maybe had to spread awareness. Maybe you were creative and you had to work from your imagination. And that's not to limit you in this lifetime if that is what you are here to do. But when you have a North Node in Virgo, you're here more to your work on your mind. You're here to analyze things, to break things down. You can create this type of alignment where you're able to look at things in a more objective way, in which you're able to see and process things and see how things can actually improve your life. You're going to notice that when you are more detail oriented, when you do look at things in a more complex way, your South Node Pisces is going to be to accept things as they are, because Pisces is a very accepting energy. We have to accept things as they are at the time. We're not trying to fix them. Pisces energy doesn't want to fix anything. It wants to accept things, and it wants things to feel, people and things and everything to be. And I think we still need that energy. And again, we have our North Node in Pisces folks who are here to do that. But with the North Node in Virgo, you're now here. Remember, Virgo is dealing with daily life, daily tasks. Virgo is analysis. Virgo is breaking things down. Virgo is improving things. Virgo is looking at something and saying, well, we can edit this. We can change this. We can move this. We can, look at this in a different way. So you're not becoming a Virgo individual. What is happening is you're becoming someone who's able to look at life in a way in which you are planning. You're thinking. You're in the past, South Node Pisces just went with what it felt or what it believed. And that was great during that time. You might have had to do that, and that might have been great for you. You maybe inspired a lot of people. But the balance of that is now you already have those traits. And now with Virgo, it's here to understand reality. And the reason I say reality is because, remember, the Mercury rules Virgo. So we're dealing now with Mercury, dealing with analysis and breaking stuff down. Neptune rules Pisces. So that's where we get our imagination from, and our creativity, and where we get our inspiration to do things from is Neptune, idealism. This doesn't exist. Let's create it. That's beautiful. And we do need this energy in this world. But right now we're thinking about your North Node in Virgo. Where are you going to be able to apply your ability to think and look at things thoroughly and not rush to things or not go off emotion? So you're learning how to deal with things. And it's not even just analyze it and think about it. It's an earth sign. So if your North Node is in Virgo, it's an earth. So we now need to see proof of what you're doing, right? Again, when we think about Pisces energy, we're creating something, and that thing might take a long time to create. With Virgo, we're not rushing as a Virgo, but remember, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is one of the faster moving planets. And so what's happening here is Virgo has to produce something. If you think about even the myth of Virgo and the association with harvest, right? Harvest time. You need to see something. So as a North Node in Virgo, you're learning more to produce evidence of what you've been doing. You're here to use your mind to produce evidence of what you have been working on, what you're able to do. You're here to look at things and say, let's improve that. It's a mutable sign. And so the interesting thing is, of the earth signs, we have Virgo in the middle. And Virgo's job is to take, like, if we were to look at it in order, Taurus builds something. Taurus builds a foundation for us. Virgo looks at it and says, okay, how do we fix this? We could do this. We can look at that. And it also can mean your North Node in Virgo helps you give people advice that helps them practically in their life. You see what I'm saying? It's not about, and again, you can be a nurturing person if you want to or you need to. I'm not saying don't do that, but it's not about just hugging someone and patting their back. Virgo energy is here to improve something, and that can literally be improving a product, a situation, a workplace, an environment, yourself, right? Working on yourself, because Virgo can also be linked to health, but it's about also being able to look at something and improve it through practicality. We see it. If I give you advice, the Virgo North Node person, your advice is supposed to help this person move towards practice, something they do, something they now know and can actually use in their life, okay? And as a North Node and Virgo person, there's this tendency to rely on what you want to do. I don't want to do this. I want to do that. That's Pisces. Because a Pisces North Node person's goal is to learn what their own creative limits are. They are here to inspire themselves. North Node and Virgo, you're here to live in reality. So your purpose has to do with the way in which you improve and impact your daily life, the people around you, right? What do you give back? Learning how to work on things in a timely manner. Learning time management. And again, I know some North Nodes don't sound that exciting. When I first heard my North Node, I wasn't excited. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this? But now it makes sense. And so the beauty of it is, whether your North Node sounds exciting or not, what's going to end up happening is, once you start doing these North Node things, once you start doing these things I'm mentioning, you're going to see life changes a little bit for you. You're like, wait a minute, because I analyzed this situation, I just go off what I felt, it worked out a lot better for me. Because I read over that document more clearly, I found something that if I would have signed it, that wouldn't have been good for me. I noticed that people take me more seriously when I give them advice, as opposed to when I try to make them think everything's okay and I kind of sugarcoat everything. I noticed that when I'm planning, when I'm detail oriented, when I look at things ahead of time, I'm in a much better space. That is what you're working with as your North Node in Virgo. And again, I said before, most North Nodes don't sound all that exciting. You're like, but wait, I want to do this and that in my life. You still can do that, but your North Node in Virgo pack is helping you see the impact that you can have on reality. Right? In a past life, you might have had an impact in spirituality, or maybe creativity or art, or some type of creative type of endeavor that you had to undertake. Compassion, Pisces energy, you could have been a healer. You could have been healing people in some way. But now you're here to give practical advice. And that could really relate to your work that you do, that you decide to do. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But it could be in the work you do with people, right? The words you speak. You're able to speak to something that helps people in their life. Because remember, Virgo's related to the 6th house, daily tasks, routine, daily life, right? And so that's just something to keep in mind as you move forward. Again, this is an introduction video. This is not the full gamut of everything. But I just wanted to make sure that I did a video about the North Node and Virgo person. Also, I will do a North Node and Pisces video that you can check out as well, so you can just see the differences in the different life paths, spiritual paths of each sign.